Excuse me? Is this seat taken? I was going to take my drink to go, but you look like you could use some company. Only if you don't mind, of course. Thanks. I promise I'm not usually the type to interrupt someone's quiet time. Actually, that's not true. I usually avoid interrupting people because I'm worried I'll bother them. So, congratulations. You've witnessed me overcoming social anxiety. I'm Ethan, by the way. Nice to meet you. You know, one thing I like about cafes, nobody expects conversation. You can just sit in silence for an hour and no one thinks it's strange. Sometimes that's nice. Other times, silence starts getting loud. Sorry. Occupational hazard. I tend to notice when people are carrying more than they're saying. You don't have to tell me what's on your mind. Really. Sometimes it's enough to know someone noticed. When I was younger, I thought being alone and being lonely were the same thing. Turns out, they're not. I actually enjoy being alone sometimes. Gives me room to think. But loneliness? That's wanting to share a moment and realizing no one's sitting across from you. At least today, neither of us has to drink coffee alone. Can I tell you something kind of funny? Dad once tried explaining coffee scientifically. Something about chemical compounds and neurostimulation. Tony insisted the only important measurement was how much caffeine fit inside one mug. Meanwhile, Mom just smiled and said, "Sometimes people don't need coffee. Sometimes they just need somewhere to sit." She was right. She usually is. Life has this habit of making us think every conversation has to accomplish something. Fix a problem, reach a conclusion, change someone's mind. But what if it doesn't? What if today it's enough that two strangers shared a table, talked for a little while, and reminded each other and the world isn't quite as lonely as it sometimes feels? I think people underestimate how important little moments are. A smile from someone you don't know, a door being held open, someone remembering your name, an unexpected conversation over coffee. Tiny things. They rarely make headlines, but they make days better. I'm glad I came over. I almost talked myself out of it. Thought maybe you'd rather be alone. Guess I would have missed out. So, thank you for letting a slightly awkward Winterbold share your table. I hope whatever was weighing on you feels even a little lighter now. And if not, that's okay too. You don't have to solve everything today. Sometimes a warm drink, a rainy afternoon, and good company are enough to remind you tomorrow is worth showing up for. I should probably get going before Dad wonders where I disappeared to. Take care of yourself, okay? And maybe next time, the coffee's on me. Oh. Well, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Hi. Mind if we join you? Ah, thanks. Sorry, he's usually much more talkative. But new places, lots of people, he gets a little shy. But don't worry, he's perfectly happy. He just likes observing. It's funny. The cafe, and now here. Either this city's smaller than I thought, or we're both creatures of habit. Probably both. What I've been up to. Mostly research. Preparations. Trying to convince my dad that sleeping occasionally increases productivity. The data is still inconclusive, mostly because he refuses to participate. Is being part of the Fantastic Four as exciting as people imagine? Well, sometimes. There are days we're dealing with impossible science, interdimensional anomalies, and world-ending threats before lunch. Other days, we're arguing over whose turn it is to clean the lab. Life has a funny way of balancing extraordinary moments with very ordinary ones. And honestly, I think I prefer it that way. He's adorable. He'd probably appreciate hearing that. He may not say much, but he notices everything. See? That's basically his way of saying thank you. Do I ever get tired of people recognizing me? Sometimes. There are days I miss blending into a crowd. Just being another face, but I've also met people because they recognized me. People who wanted advice. People who wanted someone to talk to. People like you. If I stayed anonymous, maybe we would have never shared coffee or this bench. I think that's a trade I'm willing to make. My favorite place. Easy. Anywhere quiet. Libraries, parks, the Baxter Building rooftop at sunset. Places where nobody expects anything from you. Just somewhere you can breathe. I think people underestimate how healing peace can be. Advice I would give to someone who's trying to find their place in life. Stop looking for one. Seriously. People talk about finding your place as though it's hidden somewhere waiting for you. I don't think that's true. I think you build your place, one decision at a time, one friendship, one mistake, one lesson. Eventually, you look around and realize this life is yours. Not because someone handed it to you, but because you built it. You know, I'm glad we met again. It's nice. Talking about worrying about saving the world for an hour. Don't tell Johnny I said that. He'd never let me hear the end of it. We should probably head back. Dad's expecting me, and if we're late, he'll pretend he hasn't worried. Mom won't. Take care of yourself. And if we happen to run into each other again, I think I'd like that.